Okay, class, I just want to take a little bit of time. I'm Dr. Turner. I just want to take a little time to introduce the course to you a little bit and just kind of walk you through the Blackboard site. And then I'll be doing another little review too of our WordPress site where a lot of our course content can be found. So just briefly, when you come into the course, what it'll open up to will be kind of the announcements page. Take your time to look at the announcements on a regular basis because I'll add new announcements. I may add readings. I may add something that you need to know about, exercises, quizzes, or anything that might be going on in the class on the announcements page. So this is kind of your place to go to see anything new and relevant that's going on into the course that I want you to know about. Is kind of that mass email site. When you go over to the left, you'll see basically the tabs for the course. So you'll see the opening of the course with the announcements. About the course section, now that's just the introductory module. When you click on that, this introductory module, of course, is this tutorial, just a course tour, and also giving you a little bit of a descriptor about how to access and get to group discussion forums for the group settings. Okay, we'll probably have some groups that I'll be setting up because of the size of this course for our discussion boards. So you'll just be looking for that. Now the next tab down, or the next section, is the course documents section. If you click on the calendar at a glance, you'll be able to see basically the way in which the course calendar is set up, the types of topics that will be going on for each one of the modules, assignments, due dates, and the points for each one. So it'll give you kind of a real quick glance at what's coming up for the particular module, and you can kind of gauge your time and your efforts by that activity, but also you'll be able to see due dates and points and things too, so you can stay abreast of that. All right. Other documents under this course documents will just be the academic integrity policy that we have here at EKU, like most universities, about the reality about what you need to be doing for academic integrity and to be aware of those types of implications. Under the instructions tab, now this is where you're going to basically find a lot of the meat of the course. You'll go to the modules tab. When you click on this, this is going to open up into the URL site where you can go into the WordPress. So our modules for this particular course, I've set it up in WordPress, which allows you then to access it on mobile devices or on your laptops or whatever outside of Blackboard. You don't have to log into Blackboard to go out and see course content. We'll talk more about that later, but we're just going to basically talk about the Blackboard side right now. Your major projects and key assessments will be the next section under the instruction. Here you can basically see the projects for the course and your submission points. Okay, so from your A1 field observation interview and where you can go into it to get into this particular site, wiki site, the A2, the vision mission statement submission site. This is where you'll submit it, and this also will have attached files to give you a little bit more descriptors of the assignment. Okay, so that's there. A3 for the budget. You click on the title above to open the assignment submission site. And also, like I said, I've got a little bit of example budget and some other types of documents that are there. You'll find a lot of these documents also will be on the WordPress site, but this is just a secondary site too for you to see it. And this site is where you will submit these assignments. Okay, A4 for the design, facilities design, copyright presentation for 5, and 6, the technology advocacy plan, and then your final policies and procedures manual, the LIB binder manual here. Okay, and this is where you can submit your URL for your LIB binder, which we'll talk about later too. Okay, so that's your major projects and your submission sites. Communication. This is just a class album site where you can go, and I want you to drop just kind of a picture of yourself. You can do a selfie or something else. This just shared within the class, but it allows us to give kind of a put a face to the names, and it gives your classmates just a chance to meet you and give you a chance to see you and know a little bit more about you, since we're online. We don't see each other on a face-to-face basis. The discussion board is the next tab under communication. This is where you'll have your weekly module discussion boards that I'll be posting up and that you'll go to answer and submit to. Also, this first one, the Coffee House Forum, this is kind of a site for you. It's a place for you to put questions, comments, suggestions up that your classmates can read to each other. This is not necessarily one that I will access all the time. I may go in periodically to look at it, but if there's something that you're wanting me specifically to address with concerns or comments, whatever, just email me to my email address, okay? So I set the Coffeehouse Forum up more of a way for you as online learners to kind of get together and answer each other's questions or just respond to each other in a more informal way, okay? So it's your site, really. The LIB Binder Access Information site, this is where you'll place your LIB Binder URL once you create your LIB Binder and your access key, so that we'll be able to go into it, classmates will be able to go into it and see your LIB binders and what you're going to be doing. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. And then, of course, your module introduction site. This is where module 1, where you'll introduce yourself, and of course you'll drop your class photo over onto the album site. And each week I will be opening these up so that you'll be able to see a module discussion board for that particular week, okay? So I try to open those up usually the weekend before the coming week, and then you'll have the whole week to work on it. And then I'm going to do something a little different this particular semester. Usually I have assignments due by midnight on Sunday. This semester I'm going to make it midnight on Monday. That gives you actually almost 2 weekends to work on assignments. But then if you're having any glitches, technology glitches or anything, you won't have to address them over the weekend when technology is really not, IT is really not working. You'll have Monday to work on it and then turn it in on Monday night. So I'll try that this semester. We'll see how it goes and see how you like it, okay? That's something new that I'm going to try. Now the next one is just contact the professor. If you go here, you basically can just see my email address, my work phone, office location, office hours, and you can just kind of email me if you have any problems or call me on the phone, in my office phone or whatever. I try to get back in touch with you pretty quickly, usually within a 24-hour period, 48 hours or so on the weekends. So if it's on the weekend, I'm not as quick to respond, but like I said, this is another reason to move your assignment due dates to the Monday as opposed to Sunday night, but make it Monday night. Okay, the helpful links, these are just some tips for success in COE, some online courses and what to do for tips for success for online course things. So you can look at this and read this at your leisure. Student support resources gives you a place for you to go for offices of services for individuals with disability, technology support, library resources, academic support services, and student support services. Okay. The grade book is where you can go to see your grades. If I open it up, there's nothing there because I don't see your grade book in the same way. Library guides, this is just something set up by the EKU library for you to be able to go to access different types of databases, different types of tutorials that they have there. So it's got a wealth of information, and they also will help you on a real-time basis by just when you ask questions there. So whether you're working at the library, on campus, or online, it doesn't matter. They're here to help you with questions you might have and with problems that you might that might arise. Okay, and as librarians, it's a great place to go to look at the resourcing and to see how it's set up. Okay, so that's the library guide. Blackboard tools. When you go under this particular site, you're going to see a lot of things that we're not necessarily using, but it's just kind of the setup with the announcements, the blogs, podcast setups. Of course, your send email. If you want to send email, you can go under this here under the Blackboard tools. Send emails to fellow students. You can send an email to me through that. So that's another tool for you, or another resource. And then here's just the Blackboard Help Service to go into if you're needing some help with Blackboard and where to go and who to contact for that. Okay, so we try to provide a wealth of different things for you there, and that's basically what you're seeing on your Blackboard site. Okay, if you've had me before, you'll know that I try to work with you in any possible way to alleviate any of your stress and to try to make this not only an enjoyable course but also an informative course. One of the things that we'll talk about that we'll have here in this course too is, of course, you'll have some clinical experiences where I want you to do 10 hours during this 8-week time period with interviewing of school librarians or librarians to talk about issues that are related to administration and management of the library. Okay, so we'll have some directed types of activities and some activities you'll take your own initiative to do, but talk about that a little bit more as well and through the syllabus. But basically, I just want to try to put theory and praxis together so that you have theory about it. We're talking about it from the management and administration aspect, but then you're also going out and talking to practitioners to see how the things we're talking about make sense or how they're working through these types of issues within their own libraries. You can talk, like I said, to school librarians. There'll be times when you can talk to your public librarians to see what types of differences you might find between the two settings. You can talk to academic librarians. Okay, so basically that's it, and it's just a real quick overview of how the course is kind of established. Okay, and we'll just kind of go from there. And if you have particular questions, needs, like I said, you can put it up on the Coffeehouse forum, which you can find again under the discussion board right here, or you can email me personally if it's something that you want me to address. All right, okay, I look forward to working with you this semester, and take care.